Welcome to Artificially Informed, a podcast where we focus on government transparency, accountability, and the laws that make that possible in the Sunshine State. My name is Joel Chandler, and I'm inviting you to join me as we do a deep dive into the Florida Attorney General's Government in the Sunshine Manual. In this limited series, we'll cover the Sunshine Manual chapter by chapter and citation by citation. The Sunshine Manual is the most authoritative resource for understanding open meetings and public records laws in Florida. The manual is available for purchase in hard copy from the Florida First Amendment Foundation or available as a searchable PDF as a free download from the Florida Attorney General's webpage. Before we dive in, here are a few notes about the genesis of the project and how this podcast has been produced. Since 2008, I've made it a point to review each new edition of the Sunshine Manual, which is published by the Florida First Amendment Foundation in conjunction with the Florida Attorney General and released in the first quarter of each year. My annual review of the manual has been a labor-intensive process, and I've tried streamlining and automating the process to varying degrees of success. This year, I am trying an entirely new approach. I'm a fiend for audiobooks, and I spend hours each day riding my bicycle, so I thought I'd create this limited series podcast. The idea is I can listen to my annual review of the Sunshine Manual while I ride and recapture the weeks I would otherwise spend trekking through the manual. I'm using AI to produce this podcast and to facilitate my annual review of the Sunshine Manual this year. I'm a one-man show, so I'm eager to leverage new technology to help me do more, and I have found AI to be a powerful force multiplier. Specifically, I'm using ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini for content generation, and 11 Lab for vocalization. So the voice you're hearing is mine, but it's been cloned, and 11 Lab has been trained to speak for me because I'm not always in the mood to talk out loud, but I've always got something to say. I'm passionate about open government in Florida, so for any fellow travelers, this podcast review of the Sunshine Manual is my modest gift to you. One final note before you go, be sure to check out Unsealed, my limited series podcast that takes you behind the scenes for a look at various open government projects that I've worked on in the past, projects that I am currently working on, or projects that I hope to begin in the foreseeable future. I will discuss in detail the genesis, purpose, and objectives of specific projects and the public records critical to the project's success. Occasionally, an unsealed episode will be live rather than produced using AI, especially when I interview guests. I'll always let you know if it's AI or if it's live. Until next time, remember, the truth dies in the dark, so let's keep the light on.